Hey, adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Mind Rush. Get ready to dive into heart-pounding chases, jaw-dropping action, and the most thrilling moments caught on camera. Let's get your heart racing. July 10th, 2025, Faulkner County, Arkansas, at approximately 10:05 p.m., deputies with the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office were engaged in a high-speed pursuit along Interstate 40 eastbound. The suspect vehicle, driven by Dustin Kirkendall, was clocked at speeds near 100 miles per hour and cutting recklessly across all lanes of traffic. As the chase neared the 135-mile marker, local officers coordinated with other units to intercept. Troopers joined the pursuit near Highway 89 and quickly took over primary position as the suspect refused to stop. Kirkendall's vehicle continued eastbound on Interstate 40, endangering every motorist in sight. When it became clear that the suspect was showing total disregard for life and safety, troopers executed a tactical vehicle intervention near the 136-mile marker. The maneuver caused the suspect to spin out and crash into the median, but incredibly, he wasn't done. Kirkendall managed to re-enter the highway and continued fleeing. A second TVI was conducted near the 137-mile marker, causing the vehicle to once again collide with the concrete wall. At this point, officers boxed him in. What followed was anything but a peaceful surrender.
Get your ass out! Out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car! On your face! You think you took me? Get on the ground!
As officers approached the vehicle, Kirkendall leaned out of the window, flipped both middle fingers, and taunted, "How about that?" When approached for arrest, he raised a clenched fist threateningly. A taser deployment failed, and he briefly lowered his hands where officers couldn't see them, raising alarm about a possible weapon. He exited the vehicle slowly, smiling and laughing, then advanced toward a deputy with aggressive posture, sneering, "You think you're bad? Because you got a badge?" A takedown was performed, but Kirkendall continued resisting. He reached toward his waistband, a known concealment area for weapons. To neutralize the threat, officers delivered knee strikes, finally gaining compliance and placing him under arrest. Officers later discovered he had thrown suspected narcotics from the car during the chase. He also had open alcohol containers in the vehicle and appeared heavily intoxicated. Dustin Kirkendall was taken into custody by Faulkner County deputies and charged with felony fleeing possession of narcotics driving, under the influence resisting arrest assault on law enforcement officers, tampering with evidence open container violations, multiple traffic violations. With 2 failed takedowns, a belligerent driver, and an injured officer exposed to the suspect's blood, This was far from a standard pursuit, but despite the chaos, teamwork and training brought the night to a close, with Dustin Kirkendall headed not for the open road, but for a cold cell.
Alright, he just slowed up, looks like he's making a U-turn, we can give her a U-turn on the Clark Road, back westbound.
May 7th, 2024, Columbus, Ohio. On a quiet Tuesday afternoon, just after 1:15 p.m., Whitehall police are alerted by flock license plate cameras to a stolen Hyundai linked to a previous aggravated robbery in Columbus. Officers quickly spot the vehicle and attempt a traffic stop, but the suspects floor it, and a high-stakes chase begins. Whitehall PD requests immediate backup from Columbus police as the vehicle tears into city streets, refusing to stop.
He's just making a U-turn. We're going to go southbound on Georgia, south on Georgia. 631 up on 640.
Thank you.
Get out for 604 here as well.
604 Shelby.
I'm still southbound Georgia Road, so he's coming up to area of Walmart. Then they come to get to the 740 he just turned back eastbound on Klein from Georgeville, eastbound Klein.
The situation escalates quickly. The suspects abandon the first stolen vehicle mid-pursuit and carjack another one, continuing the chase without missing a beat. The newly stolen Hyundai barrels through southwest Franklin County, eventually ramming a police cruiser head-on. 3 other cruisers are also damaged during the pursuit, and officers scramble to contain the chaos. The suspects have no intention of stopping.
Just like you, I got 6 of my eyes. Right, he's going to be inside of this shopping mall behind the south on Douglas. Like northbound.
Let's blow through here. Go through it. Go through it.
Take me eastbound.
See, I can't see. Got through all this.
Travel with me, head towards Harrisburg Pike here.
I can't see, bro. How did you make it through all this? Ran it all over.
631, 238, got
Are they agree on all in this place?
631, Simon Riverbend.
Your job reaches the entranceway of the old Cook Stadium. Your right up Mount Street, going southbound.
Get out, get out.
back to that.
The chase finally ends when a Columbus officer executes a precise pit maneuver, sending the stolen Hyundai crashing into a tree near Climb and River Bend roads. Officers immediately rush in, weapons drawn, and take both suspects, juveniles, into custody without further resistance. Charges. Both teens are facing multiple charges, including aggravated robbery, grand theft of a motor vehicle, ×2, fleeing and eluding felonious assault on a police officer, criminal damaging. They are currently being held in juvenile detention pending their next court appearance, with stolen cars, a police chase, and multiple cruisers damaged. This wasn't just joyriding. These two teens racked up adult-level charges, and the courts aren't likely to go easy this time. January 19, 2023, Chatham County, Georgia. Around 3:46 p.m., a Chatham County PD officer attempts to stop a white Nissan Murano with a shattered rear window on Canebrake Road. Instead of pulling over, the vehicle blasts through a private residence's backyard and re-emerges onto the road, making it immediately clear this isn't going to be a routine stop. Nearby, Trooper Cadet Newsall and his field officer catch wind of the situation and quickly locate the suspect speeding north on Georgia 25. They light up their cruisers and join the pursuit.
No, we're looking for one. They're stopping something else. He just called a traffic stop after that other car just fled. GSP not under that county unit. Do you know if it was, did it come off towards Gateway or was it going towards 17?
Towards 17 on Gateway.
Right there. Go. Alright, was it a white older female? Go, hit the lights and siren. Hit the lights and siren. Okay, now turn around. Alright, we just picked it up. We're gonna try to get a stop. Where did it go? We're gonna be coming back to our channel.
What follows is a chaotic back-and-forth run through Georgia 204. The Nissan makes a sudden U-turn near Sweetwater Station Drive and begins heading westbound, swerving around innocent drivers and nearly clipping a Dodge Charger that tries to move over. As the Murano barrels toward the I-95 corridor, a zone known for both foot traffic and interstate congestion, the stakes spike. With no safe place to deploy stop sticks and no backup units nearby, a difficult decision is made.
Did you initiate?
We're 1080. Don't worry about who initiated. We're trying to chase this car right now. Go. Okay.
Report back to your primary thing.
Hold on. Just let it go for a second. We want to get a little bit more speed before we try to pit this thing. Don't try to pit it this way. I know we're safe here on this side.
At 98,
Try to get behind it.
1443 Highway 80. Target configuration 93 with
There you go, you idiots. Hold on. Stop. Slow down. Go, get past. Okay, go. Okay, now, get on this side. We're setting up the pit. 204 eastbound. Go and pit it. Here we go, pit it. Stop. Okay, hold on. Get in the middle of the road. Hit it. Here we go, pit it. Stop. Okay, hold on. Get in the middle of the road.
As the Nissan accelerates toward danger, Cadet Newsall is ordered to perform a pit maneuver. He closes in, makes contact, and the Nissan spins out. But things don't go as cleanly as planned. The vehicle strikes a concrete barrier and flips violently multiple times. The unbelted driver is ejected mid-roll and lands in the roadway. The mangled Murano comes to rest on its roof in the median. Officers rush to her side. The woman, later identified as Amy Humans Paget, is still breathing, but barely. EMS arrives swiftly and transports her to the hospital. Sadly, she dies from her injuries shortly after arrival. Charges: Paget had fled police, committed numerous traffic violations, and endangered lives, but in the end, no charges were filed. Because in this case, the consequences outran the law. From backyard detours to 100 miles per hour highway madness, this pursuit ended with a flipped SUV and a tragic loss. Amy Paget rolled the dice and lost everything in the spin. April 20th, 2021, Paulding County, Georgia. At approximately 3:46 p.m., a Paulding County deputy sits stationary at an intersection when a silver Nissan Murano recklessly blows through traffic, passing improperly, driving on the wrong side of the road, and nearly colliding with another vehicle. The deputy activates his lights and attempts a traffic stop. At first, the Nissan pulls into a turn lane as if to comply, but the moment the deputy walks back to his vehicle, the driver floors it.
Do me a favor and let's go right there off the entrance here.
What seemed like confusion turns into a full-blown pursuit. Speeds hit 110 miles per hour in a 45 zone as the Murano weaves through traffic and repeatedly leaves its lane. The suspect shows zero regard for the public or law enforcement. The deputy, knowing the next intersection is heavily trafficked, prepares to make a move. The timing? Split second. The outcome? Just wait. As the suspect slows near Homestead Drive to avoid another car, the deputy seizes the moment and initiates a pit maneuver, pushing the suspect off the roadway and onto the shoulder. Both vehicles come to a stop side by side. With his weapon drawn, the deputy commands the suspect out. The driver, 18-year-old Jaden Mecky Hamilton, complies and is taken into custody. He later tells officers he fled because he didn't have a license and didn't want to go to jail. Charges: Hamilton was booked on multiple charges, including fleeing and eluding possession of methamphetamine, resisting arrest, possession of drug paraphernalia, providing false information to law enforcement, plus an active warrant for aggravated arson out of Ohio, no license, meth in the car, a fake name, and a 110-mile-per-hour run from the cops. Jaden Hamilton was stacking felonies faster than the Nissan was stacking miles, and all because he didn't want to go to jail. Well, now he's got plenty of time to think that one over. January 2nd, 2023, East Point, Georgia. At 10:35 a.m., Georgia State Patrol troopers joined forces with East Point Police to apprehend 19-year-old Matthew Gaskins, a suspect with a rap sheet spanning multiple metro Atlanta agencies. He was wanted in connection with cases under investigation by departments including College Park, Hapeville, South Fulton, and even Georgia Tech PD. Authorities located Gaskins in a stolen Jeep Grand Cherokee near Washington Road and Pearl Street. But before any warrants could be served, Gaskins hit the gas, and the chase was on. Gaskins veered off-road and barreled through a backyard in an attempt to shake pursuing troopers. With no intention of stopping, he re-entered the roadway and continued down Washington Road, damaging several vehicles along the way. Troopers initiated multiple PIT maneuvers in a tightly packed area, trying to bring the suspect to a halt without endangering the public. But Gaskins wasn't done yet. The pursuit came to a crashing conclusion at 3100 Washington Road. Troopers performed another pit attempt, and this time the Jeep slammed into a power pole, disabling the vehicle completely. Troopers moved in, and Gaskins, likely realizing he was out of options, surrendered without further resistance. Charges: Gaskins was taken into custody and is facing numerous felony charges, including possession of a stolen vehicle, felony fleeing and eluding, and warrants from multiple jurisdictions. Additional charges are likely as investigations unfold. From backyards to power poles, Matthew Gaskins turned the streets of East Point into his personal getaway maze. But with 7 departments watching, he wasn't going to outrun the long arm of Georgia law for long. May 5, 2020, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, around 12:44 a.m., a Greenfield police officer patrolling the 4700 block of South 27th Street spotted a vehicle that matched the description of one reported stolen by the Oak Creek Police Department. The officer attempted a traffic stop, but instead of pulling over, the suspect hit the gas and took off northbound on South 27th. The vehicle sped recklessly through the streets of Milwaukee, ignoring every command to stop. Officers quickly engaged in pursuit and executed a successful PT maneuver at South 11th Street and West Oklahoma Avenue. But things didn't calm down there. As the car spun to a stop, 3 passengers jumped out and fled on foot. The driver, however, kept going, this time aiming directly for a fully marked occupied Greenfield patrol squad. In an outrageous move, the 19-year-old suspect rammed the squad vehicle in an attempt to flee again.
Squad responding. Should be at 11th in Oklahoma. Yeah, before they started at 27 and late, I think they're trying to make a exit there. They're northbound at 11th at Oklahoma. Okay, he's ran to the garage here. Somebody go! He reversed on the road, how he crashed and crashed.
Despite being attacked with a stolen car, the Greenfield officer wasn't injured and continued trying to stop the dangerous driver. After several tactical efforts, the suspect's vehicle was finally disabled and officers swarmed in. The driver was taken into custody on the scene without further injury to officers or bystanders. The 19-year-old driver faced multiple charges, including felony, fleeing, eluding, operating a motor vehicle without owner's consent, first-degree recklessly endangering safety hit and run, resisting arrest, multiple traffic violations. What started as a routine stolen vehicle stop turned into a full-on street pursuit, a pit maneuver, a foot chase, and a deliberate attack on a patrol squad. Fortunately, no officers were injured, and the reckless suspect was taken down before anyone got seriously hurt. Another stolen vehicle case closed, this one with a bit of everything. June 28, 2025, Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, a routine traffic stop turned into anything but. After allegedly blowing through a stop sign, the driver of a vehicle chose to gamble with freedom rather than pull over, and what followed was a multi-agency pursuit that would span state lines. Pleasant Prairie police initiated the chase, and it didn't take long for things to escalate. Fast.
Good sticks, southbound from 95th, right tires. Starting to deflate here. I'm gonna try to get in front, slow down. Box again.
Speed soared past 100 miles per hour as the suspect tore through southeastern Wisconsin, heading straight into Illinois. Officers coordinated multiple spike strip deployments, trying to bring the runaway ride to a halt. The first 2 attempts, no dice. But every mile added more pressure, more danger, and more damage. During the chaos, the suspect rammed into several police vehicles, raising the stakes with every crunch of metal.
Contact. 2-9 intentional contact. 2 squads have been hit. We need to end this. Stopped here.
This is the Pleasant Prairie Police. All occupants of the Honda Civic, you are under arrest. You disobey our commands, the police dogs will bite you. Do you understand?
It was the 3rd spike deployment that finally paid off. With tires shredded and options evaporating, the suspect's vehicle came to a stop in Illinois. Officers swarmed in. No further resistance, no injuries. Just handcuffs and silence. The driver was charged with felony fleeing, eluding 5 counts of first-degree reckless endangering safety, hit-and-run possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, operating while intoxicated, OWI, and a pile of municipal citations. But let's be real, even a good lawyer's going to need a nap after sorting this one out. From a stop sign to state lines, this suspect turned a small violation into a full-blown criminal tour of the Midwest. But once the tires gave out, so did the escape plan. June 24, 2023, Atlanta, Georgia. Just before midnight, Georgia State Patrol Trooper A. Matthews was patrolling northbound on the I-75/I-85 connector near 14th Street when a black Chevrolet Camaro blew past him, well over the 55 mph limit. But it wasn't just speed. The Camaro made reckless, erratic lane changes, cutting from the far left all the way to the far right and tailgating other cars in the process. Trooper Matthews activated his lights to initiate a stop, but the driver had other plans.
10-4, do you have any other identifiers so I can put a photo out for it?
Yeah, let me go back and watch my video. Try to read out the tag. Maybe you should tip my elbow back up.
Clear aviation back in the air.
The pursuit continued northbound, merging onto I-85. The driver, later identified as Avion Summers, weaved dangerously through traffic, attempting to pass between 2 cars near the I-75/I-85 split. He clipped both vehicles and lost control, sending the Camaro sliding left across the interstate before slamming into the concrete median. Trooper Matthews jumped out and conducted a felony stop, assisted by an off-duty Fulton County Sheriff's deputy who happened to be nearby. The driver and passenger were detained on the spot, but things quickly got weirder.
3, Unit 795 and 1080, connector north and 17.
Coming up on the split, coming up on the split.
10-4 coming up on split.
Alright, staying 85 north, staying 85 north.
Clear 85 north.
1050, bad 1050, bad 1050. Multiple vehicles at, stand by.
See fucking hands! Let me see your fucking hands! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Let me see both your hands, I'll shoot your ass! Right fucking now! Get out and get on the ground!
Give me some units, Atlanta.
Get on the fucking ground right now! You too! Get out, let me see both your hands! Both your fucking hands now!
Summers was uncooperative, struggling to follow commands. When told to walk toward officers, he staggered, sat on the median wall, and tried to discreetly toss a small bag of marijuana over the edge. Trooper Matthews immediately noticed signs of impairment: bloodshot, watery eyes, sluggish speech, slow movements, and a strong odor of marijuana. Combined with the physical evidence, it was clear Summers wasn't just fleeing, he was driving under the influence. At the Fulton County Jail, after some hesitation, he agreed to a blood draw under Georgia's implied consent law. The sample was secured for toxicology, and Summers was handed over to jail staff. Avion Summers was charged with felony fleeing and eluding DUI, drugs, less safe, possession of marijuana, reckless driving, improper lane change, failure to maintain, lane following too closely, driving too fast for conditions, obstruction, non-compliant at felony stop, plus additional traffic offenses. A reckless midnight ride through Atlanta came to an abrupt end thanks to quick thinking by Trooper Matthews and an off-duty deputy. With two vehicles struck and impaired driving in play, this chase could have turned deadly, but instead, it ended in cuffs, a blood draw, and a lengthy list of charges for Avion Summers. Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge-of-your-seat excitement, don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing moments coming your way soon.